G'day all, I'm just here to do an unboxing and a review of the Dine A Chook poultry feeder and drinker. I'm fairly new to chickens and have my kit in the backyard, which I'll show you a bit later, but came across these ones as potentially a way to get rid of rats and mice and excess food. So that's the box there. This is sort of what I've bought. That's from the website, so 120 odd bucks. Told my partner they were 80, but hopefully she doesn't figure that out. So, first impression is they're fairly small, a bit smaller than I thought they would be. In all of the sort of videos and stuff like that I saw, and they're all from the company, so I haven't seen any independent reviews. They always look quite large, but a bit of context here. So that's your bottle. So there's a bit of scale for you. So they're a bit smaller than I thought they would be, but that's all right. Hopefully they do the job. We'll have a look at it now. All right, so I've opened the box here. Now my partner's right that I'm a bit of an idiot and can't be trusted with much because the last video I took of this actually was a photo, so my bad. But I've put it back in, so it's not perfect. I will give a shout out to BR, whoever you are, for packing it. It was packed perfectly, so there was no issue. Now, what I was expecting when I opened this, and I spoke to this before, was basically for everything being perfect condition. No scuffs, no buffs, no scratches. Everything I buy and don't bloody check has an issue with it. So I had pretty high expectations of this to be a really quality product. Now, I've taken it out and I actually gave a bit of a rinse, a bit of a wipe down just to make sure what the condition was, and it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's pretty high quality. There's no padding here and here, which I thought there would be, and I'm actually glad there isn't, because I was thinking there was, and that the drinkers and the feeders would be smaller as a result, but they run end to end, and they're not as small as I thought they were going to be. So that's a good thing. Now, let me grab this out. So this is the feeder. I'll chuck him over here. Sorry, I'm not a camera person. So that's it there. You've got your drinker here. It's not too bad. Up there. Yeah, it's just a little, that's fine, nothing wrong with it. You've got some lids somewhere over here, actually. I threw them from before, so they're fine. Sorry for my camera work, I'm probably giving you guys headaches, but like I said, no one's done a review of these, so I think it's probably worth just doing. I feel like a bit of a wank. That's the cover for the food. It's fine. And here are the lubing cups. Giggity. So we'll put those on and see what they do, but that's your large Dine A Chook combo. So that's the 2 drinker, 4.5 litre odd food. So again, still a bit, I'd like it if it was a bit bigger just for my purposes, but that was just me being lazy. I just didn't check the dimensions on the website, but they're a reasonable size. So let's assemble the drinker. Right, so this is what you get in the packet. Drinker, it's the bracket for the fence, which I'll try. It's got these hooks in the back, and that's their patent or something like that, but whatever, they'll work hopefully. I'm sure they will. Got your bracket, your cups. So you got a pink option here. Not sure why. Maybe chickens. There you go. Chickens like the pink, but that's it. And then another bracket down here. So they're pretty easy. You basically just screw in. So I tried to get a camera holder for this, but I broke it. Let me just try to. Let's try to hold that for you, see if that works. But it just basically screws in, and that's it. Golden. pretty easy. So I'll screw the next one in, and then I'll go and show you my setup outside and sort of show the logic of it. And then I'll hook them up and do a bit of a review of them once I've actually, once I've looked at them. Sorry if I'm taking too long with this, but this was the sort of information that I wanted when I was looking. So skip to, I'll put a number there just for the review if you want. But otherwise, join me in the backyard. Right, so this is the backyard. So the chicken. So sorry if it's a bit glary, but that's where we sort of keep the food. That box usually has greens in it. Partner gets them from the local, yeah, so it's full. She gets them from the fruit and veggie place around the corner, which is good. That's the pen. So I built this myself, so I'm surprised it's still standing, but it's pretty new. They're single panels, that's about 2.4 there, and 2.4, 2.4, and sort of gate at the end, which I haven't spray painted yet. That's why it's a different colour. The Coops, I got it for $80 on Marketplace, I think, so it fits 4 in there pretty comfortably. It's bigger than it looks. I'm 6'3", and it's up to, it's my breastplate, so it's a good size. So they have all of that, and they have around the side of the greenhouse there, all around there, behind this shed. I'll show you. So all down there. It's probably further than it looks on the phone. I've dug this up recently. That used to have a weed mattress protector under it, so I've dug all that up. And then I've yet to do down here. That's all pebbles. So I'm going to tear all those up, and you can see the weed protector there. I'll tear all that up and make that all nice and organic for them. And then that'll go down the side of the shed as well. So they'll have a fair bit of room. But I'm sort of sick of, there's one of them now, they tend to go in the bushes here. Those bushes are pretty thick, so they'll just dart in there when they need to. And they can get around the side here. They're still pretty skittish. I'm trying to train them, so I sort of feed them a few times a day. I've only had them for 2 weeks, and I only see them on the weekend. So they still get a little bit skittish, but when I call them, they will come. What I am trying to do is make sure that I don't have to go in here as much as I need to. I've only put little Velcro scraps here. Craps, they pretty crap. So it's a pain in the ass getting in there, basically. So I can open and close the door here. I can lean across and shut that as well when I need to. But the food situation is why we're here. So that's kind of the food kit, the water kit. That's just the bin lid that we track the organic stuff on. That's the seed and food there. Again, that's the greens. So what I wanted to do is basically have the system hooked up here, the food and the water, where I can just fill it in the morning, or my partner can fill it in the morning. So basically, we come here, we open that, and we tip it into the feeder here. And I'm looking now, I'm fairly confident that that can happen. So anyway, that's a quick and dirty, probably bored. So let me just chuck them on now and we'll see what they look like. All right, I'll try this with one hand. All right, chicken. Now, I think they're supposed to be about shoulder height. So I'm not gonna bolt, oops, geez, I'm terrible, sorry. Yeah, all right, mate. I'm not gonna bolt them in, but just to show you guys how easily they do go on. Okay, so it's 3, 1, 2. I can get sort of 3 on there. Come on, almost. Sorry, I can get 3 hooks on there. I reckon if I bent the wire just a smidgen, we'd be right. Okay, at the moment I can get 2 hooks on there comfortably. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like, and I reckon that's gonna be fine actually. So I can easily fill that, not a problem at all. That's what I was worried about. I was worried that it was gonna be a bit too small, but I reckon that's quite smart actually. Yeah, all right, sit down, buddy. Yeah, I think that's quite smart. My partner's a bit shorter than I am, but she's no midget. So that's going to work out quite well. I get 2 hooks on there really well, and one of them's just slightly off. So I'm going to try to figure that out now. I might have to bend the wire slightly, but we'll see how we go. So I'll be back. Okay, well, just after I shut the phone off, I got this one on there, no problem. This one doesn't fit perfectly, but so here, again, this one goes on beautifully. This one goes on nicely. The middle one doesn't quite. Can you see this? Anyway, I'm there. Sorry. The middle one doesn't quite connect on. But that's all right. It's really stable. That's not going anywhere. That may as well be hard glued on there. Not a problem. The feeder, we've got the first one on there, no problem. The second one's a bit high for this particular fence, so it kind of moves a little bit. That's what the bracket's for. I'll try the bracket on that. But even if we left it as it was right now, I don't reckon there's any drama with it. So I reckon that looks quite smart, actually. They'll both be very easy to fill, which is nice. They look quite good. I was going to buy the white ones, but I thought they might look a bit like just cheap pipe you might get from Bunnings or something like, which I was going to use. But yeah, I've gone through ups and downs with this. My first reaction was very disappointed. Thought they were very, very small. Opened it up, thought they looked better, and then putting them on, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. They look good. They seem like they're very good quality. I'll try that bracket on that small one now. That would just make it perfect if that's just really stable. So I'll try that now. Okay, so I'm hanging them on there. I couldn't quite get the brackets how I wanted to get them, but I filled it up with water and it's not really moving. Once it's full, it's not moving. The lube cups down here. So I thought they'd be a bit more full, but I guess that's how they're supposed to work. There's only a few drops in there. The whole purpose of this, probably remember, is that I've got my tap there, so I just want to be able to fill the water up and not have it looking like this all the time. That was cleaned yesterday. Those of you who've got chickens, you know, you'll have one of those metal feeding bowls or water bowls, and you'll scrub it clean and put it out in the sun, and it's glistening. And you think it looks amazing, and then a day later it's full of chicken shit and dirt and everything like that. So here's the feed. This is the point of it, was to be able to also fill the food in there every now and then, and not have to fill this little thing up every morning that they just flick everything out of, and it lands out here and probably get rats and stuff like that. So this is where we're going. I'm not sure if anyone else puts bay leaves in their food. I heard that it keeps rodents away or bugs away, but we'll see. So this is me filling it now. You get a bit of spillage, but you know, nothing they won't clean up. During the day it's fine because you do get the natives that will come and walk around the perimeter looking for seed, and I don't mind them, they're okay. It's more the rats I don't want at night. So just a few more hours left, whether they'll get cleaned up. You can't see any of this, by the way, so let me try again. Alright, well, it's about half. That's almost full on. Guess everything works before I put too much more in it, so that's it down there. You can probably not see anything, but that's okay. Alright. I can never close this bloody thing. My partner can do it easily, but I struggle. I'm not sure why that is. The bread down here anyway. So, one thing that's a bit annoying is that they're designed to go on fences. But this one, when you try to put the lid on, it sits up. You got to sort of push it down, and that's going to scuff up over time. But you know, pick your battles, I suppose. So we'll go and look at it from the other side. I haven't seen this. This is live, by the way. It's my engineering right here. So I'm not sure how I got this to happen, but closes. Edit that out. All right, under here. All right, let's see what we've got here. So the cups. Yeah, like this, I'm not sure. I guess that's how they're supposed to be. Got a bit of dirt. I guess you need to clean that occasionally. I've already got a bit of dirt in there. That's okay. So that's them. They're doing their job, it looks like. And the food here, I can see it down there. Not sure if you can or not, but again, I couldn't get any close-ups on this when I was looking. So that looks like it's coming down pretty well. I've got sort of seed and I've mixed in pellets. So I guess that's how it's supposed to go. You see, you know, you have that in your coop versus that. It's no contest. And even though this was a crappy one, came with, you know, the coop when I bought it. It just looks disgusting every time. This thing's useless. It came with it, so we thought we'd give it a go. But you fill it up at the start of the day. They stick their heads in there and flick it everywhere. Half of it goes outside the fence. They like to see. They tend to leave the pellets. You can actually see there's some pellets here. They may have fallen out when I was filling this, but there's usually a few left over at the end of the day when I'm sort of putting them away. And that's when you get the rats and that kind of crap. So yeah, so from inside, that's what you're seeing. Now let me clean out the excess and I'll keep an eye on them for the rest of the day to see if they use it. Alright, well, I spilt half of that disgusting water on my foot moving it out. So I've just cleaned myself up a little bit. Hope I didn't lose track. I left the fence open and the chickens have gotten out. So we'll go and have a look at them. They're not doing any damage. My partner loses any of her vegetables, I'll be in trouble. So it looks like they're just picking at the grass at the minute, which is fine. Yeah, you're not hurting anyone for now. Alright, so again, we'll have a look at what it looks like now that it's been cleaned. I'm not sure if anyone has any opinions on this, by the way. This is just a solar light I put in the fence. It gets the light during the day and then shines into the coop at night. I did that when I was training them. They kept trying to get on the roof, or they kept sleeping on the roof at night. And I heard that if you put some light in there, it would encourage them to come in at night. I'm in Queensland and it gets pitch black here about 5:30 p.m. So I had 2 of these. I'd leave one out during the day, and then when I got home from work at night, I'd put the recharged one inside and the other one out, and I'd rotate them. It seemed to work. Now I don't bother putting light inside it. The light wouldn't be on all night either. By 12 o'clock it would sort of peter out. I just leave it here now. Gives them a bit of a light for a couple of hours after nightfall. I'm not sure whether you're supposed to do that or not, but it works. They obviously still get on the roof a little bit. It's unfortunate, so there's crap there. I'll get that off later. But we'll pop it in here and have a look at what it looks like now. So you can see a bit of a difference there, I think. I've taken the water dish out. I've taken the feeder out, and that's just the two products. This fence, I haven't sort of tightened them all the way around here, so there's a bit of wire holding it there and there. I need to go through that, and I'll do all of these, by the way. So again, I was being a bit lazy, but that's what it looks like now. So I think it looks better. Part of the purpose of this, I suppose, was to make the chicken was my idea, but my better half suggests that she does most of the work on them, including the morning and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to sort of think of ways to make it a bit easier for us both, really. One thought I had was that, you know, with the other system, you get a bit of spillage. There'll be a bit of food left over at night, but it's limited. Whereas with this system, there's going to be food there 24/7. So that's why I got the cap, which is this. And the way it works at the moment, the way we feed at the moment basically is we do it from outside the fence, which is what I mentioned before. But to get the cap on and off, we're going to have to actually come in. I'll have to do it every night, and then she'll have to physically do it every morning, which will be a pain in the ass. But let's see how it looks. Okay, how it goes on. Ooh, okay, how's this work? So it's like that. Is that it? Okay, so damn it. Okay, let's have a look here. So that goes there. I'm assuming it goes in the bottom, so that would go like that. Fuck yeah. Let's edit that out. Okay, so I'm guessing that's it. Yeah, that's it there. I'm sure a bit of practice and that will be no issue. So what I need to do is figure out a way to get that on and off through the fence. Initially I was thinking maybe it's gluing something on so I can pull it through the fence, but now I think I might just cut a hole. If I cut a little hole in the fence and get my hand in, probably do that. It's certainly easy to get out. That's more important probably because she has to do that in the morning. I don't mind coming here at night, it's not the end of the world, but I'm sure with a bit of practice, yeah, already it comes on and off pretty easily. So I reckon what I'll do is cut a window here, and we can probably just do that from here. Just need to make sure we remember to take it off in the morning. But yeah, not bad. What are they doing over there? Yep. Okay, light. Right, well I think that's about it. They haven't used it yet, so look, what I'll do is I won't waste too much more of your time. Sorry for droning on so much throughout this video, but again, this is kind of the info that I was after. When I was looking, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and do a bit of brick, lay some bricks down there and make it all even. The birds will be eating, so I'll leave them to it. And I will let you know how they get about using the system, and I'll try to take some footage of it. And yeah, I'm hoping, I'm really hoping they use it. So I'll leave it at that for now. Alright, so I've just been doing some chores, mainly organising the bricks, so that the food looks a bit nicer. They weren't having much interest in the food or the water, but that's to be expected. They're sort of picking around during the day, so I wouldn't usually feed them this time of night anyway. But I've decided to lower them down a bit. So I think if I drop them down a little bit, they can see the food and they can see the water. That should be a good way of doing it. For the short term, it means that I can't fill it as easily over the fence because they're lower down. It's still not a huge issue. I can reach the food and the water. But once they do start using it, I can easily start moving them up, I think, and it's just getting them used to the feeder and the drinker. So once I start using that, and it shouldn't be too long because I can see everything there, I'll start moving them up higher until I can get them as high as possible. They're still pullets at the moment, so they're only 16 weeks old, so they've got a bit of growing to do, and I've got no concerns that I'm able to have those fairly high, and I've decided to, what I'll do is once I get the height right, I will just cut a hole in the fence so I can reach in and out with that cap, and it shouldn't be an issue. So that'll probably be it for tonight. We'll keep an eye on them and let you guys know how it goes. Cheers. So we're just throwing some seed out for them. Two of them just did use the water cup for the first time. So there we go, look at that. Beautiful. So again, they've only been out for an hour or so. I just threw some seed around there and they're drinking already, which is good. Which means I can start raising that. Hopefully I won't do it straight away. I'll wait till the end of the day. They're in the feeder now. Look at them go. So something that's funny with the feeder, I looked in there a second ago, and it's all the pellets. They seem to be able to pick out the seed. So it's just full of pellets in there, but that's okay. We need them eating those too. So they're drinking and they're eating at the same time here, which is great. Let them go. There you go. Let's get a bit closer to you. So they're using that no problem. That's, again, they've been in there for... That's what you wanted to see. Now she's the boss, the one eating at the moment, so we'll see what the hierarchy. She's half of us in there. But once I'm sure they're all using it, I said I'll just start the process today of raising it up. She's drinking. Sorry about the stability issues here. I'll try to set it down here. So what I've suggested my partner do in the morning is when she takes the cap off, just to throw a handful of seed around here so that 3 of them have something to do while one of them's eating. And yeah, I'll just let this run for a little bit. Just move forward if you're bored. She's trying to scratch. You're not raking this out anymore. So I just want to see what happens when she finishes, just make sure there's an order. Like I said, one of the concerns is she'll be picking all the seed out, and the next one that goes there will just get the pellets, and I'll do a close-up later, show you what I'm talking about. But that could just be my food mix in future. In future I'll just put seed in there and use pellets just for throwing around the ground, and they can rummage that, or vice versa. So we'll wait for her to finish. Okay, I think she's probably taking something. She's being picky. That just is a funny side to me though. She's half in there. Yeah, it sounds like she's really flicking the pellets out of the way trying to get the seed. Just while we're waiting, I need to clean this out today a bit. It's a bit gross. So yeah, I've probably left that a bit long to do. So I definitely need to clean that out. Doesn't smell or anything. There's nothing, no insects in there. It's just looks gross. And I actually didn't realise. I was looking around last night, and I didn't know you were supposed to close this section off. So I'll put some. Yep. They're just ping pong balls and a golf ball that I have. Not that I play either sport. But they're still a fair bit away from laying, so I'm going to close this off today, which I understand you're supposed to do, so they don't associate their laying area with those kind of conditions. So we'll do that. Jeez, what is this thing? Come on, girl. I'm sure she'll have a bit of a surprise when she's... Yeah, busted. Piggy. Yeah. She'll go and find the rest of her crew. Yeah, there they are. No, go in. They actually did get into the vegetables yesterday, and I did get in trouble. So, I don't want a repetition of that. And I just want to see if another one uses the feeder. They probably won't right now. They're on their patrol. They'll start there at the start of the day, scratch around, and here they move around, and they do a quick walk around here, just because that's where the the pebbles are, so it's not as productive, which I did mention I'm going to try to clean out today. So down here, you've got, that's quite roomy, so quite a bit. I'm spreading my legs quite a bit. G'day ladies, and they're down there's all, I've dug up all around there. I dug up all here. I left this part here kind of compacted because that's where the banana trees are. They're getting this thing a bit at the moment. I dug this up and I'm going to, I'm going to dig this up today. So I'll pull it back and you can see how rich the soil around here is fabulous. By the way, so you probably can't see it there, but this, I'm on the crest of a hill and the soil is very black and rich. So I'm going to jackfruit tree again. So I'll do down there and there's a gate there. So we'll dig all this up today, hopefully, mix in some hay, and I'm sure they'll love it. I think I called this a weeding mattress yesterday. I was actually watching the footage yesterday and I come across a complete idiot. I'm actually generally fairly bright, so forgive. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna start work on this. If I catch them using the gear, I'll take footage of it. But otherwise, I reckon I'll be able to wind this thing up today. So thanks for sticking with me. All right, so they're looks like they're out for their afternoon run. I got rid of most of these pebbles. I'm coming down to the corner here. You can still see the weed stopper there. They're coming down because I've been picking up their soil, so it's good to see them in action. I'm going to tear all of this weed mat up. I'm going to tear up the soil. I'll put some organic matter in there, probably some sugarcane mulch. This should be a nice extended run for them. I'm not going to get a chance to do down there today. All of these pebbles I put into my general rubbish bin. I'm not sure actually if that's what I'm supposed to do, but it weighs a ton. I'm in a pretty conservative local government area, and it's full of boomers and apprentice boomers like me, so they tend to leave us alone unless we do anything egregious. So hopefully that will be taken away Monday, and I can do that part next week. I won't bother filming that. You're probably getting bored as it is, so yeah, quick update, and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm finished. Alright, well that's what it looks like now. Sorry, this is becoming a bit of a gardening channel again. I'll link here for the bloody feeder description, but I find videoing actually kind of motivates you to do things you've been putting off. So this is all churned up about 1/2 foot deep all the way down. Really black soil, lots of earthworms and bugs, so they'll be in here in no time, no doubt. Like I said, I'll do that section another time. But this basically extends the coop, or the run, to about what I initially envisaged. Now I've got 4 chooks in here actually. I'll take you all the way down. You're stuck with this long. So I've kept the earth quite compacted around here for the banana trees. Let's spider out of the way. There's my lettuce in there. So this is all quite compact, and what I just did then, I did here about 2 weeks ago and dug it up really deep. It's quite soft underfoot now. It was quite firm. So I have all of that as well. That's around a metre, a bit over a metre, probably 1.2. And they go through there, back into the main run. So that's another project I've got going at the moment. Dragon fruit. So anyway, that's it. Getting back through here, so I'll pack this away now. And what I want to do is just, they're in the shade at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll spend the next couple of hours doing other chores. They've been using the water drinker again, I think, because it's dirtied up again. And again, that's just because it's so low at the moment. I kick dirt into it. Once I'm sure they're using it, and once I'm sure they're all using it, I'll start raising it up and we'll see how we go and stick with the plan there. So yeah, final review coming shortly. Okay, so just going in here, you saw them using it a second ago. So there was some junk in there this morning that I pulled out just before I started recording. That's just because it's so low. I want to be able to see it, and they're using it now, which is great. I'm going to leave it there for a bit longer, then I'll be able to move it up higher until I get as high as I can. This one you'll see they've, as I think I mentioned before, it's all pellet in there now. I'll grab a sample. So they're picking all the seed out. Probably can't see, but take my word for it. So that's about a 50-50 mix of seed and pellet. And yeah, they're picking all the seed out. So I need to make sure that all the birds are getting their fair share of both. So yeah. Alright, so I've moved it up to a height that I'm happy with. Sorry, I was just planting some trees out the front, so a bit out of breath. But I've moved both of them higher. So I'm pretty happy with the height right now. Sorry, there we go. And they're drinking, and they're on their tippy toes a bit for the seed, but I reckon they're okay. That's the bigger one, I think. No, that's a small one, so we're right. Sorry for the camera work, here we go. So I was thinking as well, if I was really desperate to have it higher, and I'm not, I can reach both of those comfortably, and my better half can too. You could just lay some bricks down, or hey, got a fly or something. You could just lay some bricks down, or a little stepping stone for them to stand up onto it. I could lay some bricks down and they could hop up onto those and then get up higher if I needed the thing higher, but I don't. It's really comfortable for me. I mean, when I put my hand over that, it's, you know, 3 inches from my armpit. So just have a bit of a drink. They seem to actually prefer the drink up higher, I've noticed. Like, the higher I put it, the more they seem to engage with it. So I've got absolutely no stress about the water now. It's going to stay nice and clean for them. It's really easy to fill, and they love it. They really seem to enjoy it. I also on the back porch over, back, whatever you'd want to call that, steps over there. And I'll just watch them. I can just watch them for ages. I'm not sure what it is. My partner thinks it's a guy thing because she works with a guy who likes to watch his as well. And I've never really noticed them drinking as much since I put these in. Maybe it's just I'm looking for it, but they certainly seem to be drinking more, which is good. And the seed thing there, I think that's the smallest of the chooks. And she's on her tippy toes a little bit, but she's very comfortable. There's no issue there whatsoever. So I reckon that's perfect. I'm really happy with those heights. I'm really happy with how they're engaging with the feeders. Didn't require any training at all. I just put them down low so they could see them. Threw some seed in front of it. They spotted the seed in the big feeder. They spotted the water in the drinker. Had no issues with it. I've just been moving them up. I've moved them up twice today. And that's where we are now. I could move them up again, but I'm not gonna. I'm perfectly comfortable with where they are at the moment. So running out of batteries, I'll just keep checking in just to make sure it's going well. But yeah, so far really pleased. All right, well look, we'll wrap the outside stuff on, and I'll head inside and do a bit of a review. I've just thrown some food to them, so some little worm farming compost. Get up here. All right, so that's kind of the rig there. Food there, greens there. So the chickens are here now, eating the seed. before I threw them the seed, they were using the water one again. As I mentioned before, I've got it to a good height. So they're just scratching around now. Let's get in here. I redid the hay in there. I think I mentioned before I was going to block that off. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's alright. Just quickly winding the events of the day up. Sorry for the monotone. Doing 100% at the moment. So again, down there. Oh, actually, is that the sun? Oh my god, that's terrible. So anyway, down there it's kind of has been quite successful. They've been down there most of the day. Put that on as well today. So again, let's go and have a look at the things again. So here they are. You probably remember what it was before. You can scroll back and it's probably forever now. But what was there before? That's what we have here. I have given them a bit of a wipe down just to, excuse me. They seem a bit friendlier as well since I've got them. It's really weird. But that's the water. You can see it's really immaculate quality. The plastic just feels like good quality plastic. They really love these. They're at a good height now. I think they actually prefer them, and they're not kicking their food in there for them. So you can actually see it feels good. The hooks, they make a big deal about the hooks on the website, and I was kind of like, whatever, they're hooks, but they're great. They really just seem to really snap the item onto the fence. So we'll go on the other side and have a look, but good job, guys, whoever designed that. This is the feeder again. It feels, probably doesn't come across, but it just feels solid. It just feels like a good quality product. The food's in there working great. They do like it, and they've been using it, so that's great. I might try to entice them one last time. I've cut the hole here, and I've put the cap on and off through there. It's really easy, a bit easier to get it off than on, but my partner gets it off. In the morning, it's more about her, saving her some time. Like I said, I think I mentioned earlier, I don't mind coming in here at night. I actually find it quite relaxing. Even I'm usually wearing a suit and slacks and a tie and all that kind of stuff. Getting knee deep in chicken stuff is okay. So let's have a look at the other side. So there's the hooks. You know, oh, there they are. So they could be plasticky, I suppose. And when I first sort of saw them, I was like, okay, they might break at some point, and they still could, but it looks like they're sort of double. There's a double layer. They grip really well, which is great. I'll have a go at doing this now. There's no edges here. I've sanded those back, so I haven't been practicing this at all. We'll see how I go though. Oop. Okay, so be here. Oh. So I dropped it, but I was getting it before. It's the first time I've dropped it. I was in a bit of a hurry for the camera. Excuse me, what are you? All right, settle down. All right, so. Okay, so easy to get on. Is it this big? It is easy. I'm just being it's tricky with one camera and trying to do it in a hurry. Okay, two hands is extremely easy. Don't go out. Don't go out. Don't go out. No, 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 no. That's right, they'll join themselves. Don't. Stay. Stay. They go straight into her garden and I get in trouble. Don't, that's the bok choy, I'm gonna get in trouble. What are you? Okay, I'm just gonna pause this. Okay. Sorry, this is I'll edit this out, but get in there. Get in there. In. Good. Come on, you buggers. Don't go that way. There's always one. There is always one. Get out of there. Yep, go on. Go on. Okay. All right. Go. Get in there. Get in there. Go. Alright. Easy. Jeez, they got really they're really bad at doing that. They'll duck out now at the slightest opportunity. I'll hold them for now. Okay, so cap on there. So I can get that on at night, or I can just put it on, but all she has to do, she'll come here, stick a hand in, and then look. Off, easy. It's super easy for her. So that's the main thing. So yeah, on that, look, it is what it is. I'm very happy with it. It looks much better than before. It's easy to feel. They've adapted to it really quickly. I think it looks great. It connects to the fence really well. Feels high quality. That's when I first saw it. I was a bit disappointed. I just thought it looked really small. I was assuming that there'd be a lot of foam and packaging in there, which there wasn't, but nonetheless, it still shipped perfectly. They love those cups. So anyway, I'll shut the door and let them, I'll open the door for them so they can go into their coop. And I'll go inside and we'll finish this thing up finally. Okay, so final thoughts on this. Similar to what I was saying before. Sorry, the cat's hungry. What I was saying before is that it appears as a high quality product. So it was $120. The cap, so the bit that goes there was an extra $12. I really feel that should be part of a package, but it is what it is, I suppose. The delivery was $12 from North Queensland to where I am in northwest Brisbane. So pretty good. I ordered it on a Friday evening and it arrived on a Friday morning, the next Friday. So that wasn't express, that was just general delivery. So a few bits and pieces that I didn't really mention during the day was that with the feeder, the part underneath will actually screw off, makes cleaning it a lot easier. And it does come with instructions for disassembling these in case you need to clean them, so the feeding cups and the drinking cups. So you can actually disassemble them and pull them back together pretty easily. If you don't have a fence like mine, those brackets that I showed you a bit earlier, you can screw those into the side of a coop or even a pole and stand them up by themselves, and then these will hook onto those. So you can kind of put them as standing poles in your run or inside your coop or outside your coop. So that's pretty cool. A neat thing they did was they actually sent an email afterwards, and it was just, I won't scroll up because it's got my details there, but it asked whether everything was delivered okay, whether it was all good. They ask you to give this information back to them. They seem very big into customer service, and that comes across quite genuine, I suppose. Sometimes you get those things, just tell us how it went. I just said no. I get the feeling from what they're after here is a bit more sort of substantive. They actually generally do want to know. So I'm going to click that it's all good. It takes you to their website, so I guess I'll give them a bit of a shout out here. So the Dine A Chook, that's the website. So again, drinkers and feeders combo. Oh, battery's out. So just in time, that was actually, I'm my sort of partner is suggesting I get another feeder by themselves, I think one's fine, but look, if the chickens are fighting, then we'll get a second one, but I think that's fine. So overall, the quality here is very good. Would I recommend one of these? Yes, based on everything you've seen. If you like, if you're looking for something like this, certainly the quality is fine. Just measure up your space, and have a good think about it. So for all of the footage you've seen today, it started off as a sort of unboxing and quick review. It ended up being quite large. But if there's any questions you want to ask about the product, feel free to just ask a question. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or like, as I don't intend on becoming a YouTuber. This was a once-off that I thought might help people out. I actually don't like YouTube at all, so if you want to do me a favour, make sure you've got a good ad blocker on, frankly. So that's it there. I do want to get more chickens potentially, but I want them to be very low maintenance. So based on everything you've seen today, could I get another 2 chooks, which would make it 6 in total, and still have them being able to live off the land pretty heavily? That's kind of my goal. So I've got the 4. There's a lot of space for them. I'm trying to make the land productive for them, so they can kind of be self-sufficient. I'll obviously subsidise their feed and feed them as a primary source, I suppose, but trying to get them to be sort of fairly self-sufficient. So another 2, I'm thinking at some point. Obviously I need a larger coop. Otherwise, look, I'm trying to do this right. So if you've seen anything today that I've missed, or you've seen something that you think might be a welfare issue for the chickens, or some general advice, feel free to let me know. I'm not too proud to take advice, particularly in a new area. And otherwise, it's all good. I would recommend this product. Any questions, just shout out. Sorry for my babbling and raving. I've had a bit of a head cold, so I haven't been very eloquent. So it's part of the reason I'm doing this, actually, is I'm a bit bored. So thanks for everything, and good luck if you decide to get one of these. Thanks a lot. Bye. Alright, you thought we were done with me, but I thought I'd do a quick postscript. I actually haven't had a chance to upload the previous video yet, and it's been a week almost exactly from the last one. So what I did at the end of the last video, which was a Sunday night, is I filled the feeder up about that high from the top, the water about that high from the top. I've been checking it every night, but I haven't filled either of them up. So what I do when I get home from work is I lock the birds away. It's usually night, like I mentioned in the last video, I think. I have a look in there to make sure the food's still flowing. At one point there's a bit of a blockage, but that was one of the bay leaves. Took that out, no problem. And I make sure the cups are still flowing. So I make sure everything's working for them. And so 4 birds, with their food subsidised a little bit by the greens, which my partner throws in 2 or 3 leaves in the morning, and a handful of feed, which she throws in there just to keep all 3 occupied. These are the rates that they're kind of going for at the moment. So there's heaps of food in there. I would say that's about half. So that's 1 week. So I reckon we're gonna get about a fortnight of food in there. I do check sometimes to see what the mix is down there. At the moment it's pellets again, but pretty frequently it's seed and pellets. So I think they're all getting access to it. The water's going down a little bit more. So the water's almost, I'd say there's about 4 inches there. Probably a few more days. But I'll fill it up now. That's pretty good, I think. And I was just thinking to clean the cups as well. The cups are pretty clean. But what I'll do is just put the hose on full ball, and just pressure spray that out as I'm filling this. So I'm going to fill them both right now, but I thought that just might be a bit of information that'd be worth sharing with you guys. So the 1 week on, so 4 birds, that's half full. 4 birds, there's probably about 3 inches left in that. So not really having to change either or, week on, week off. Looking at the last video, I think I mentioned that I had been practicing and I hadn't been practicing that. What I mean is I'd done it a few times, but not really committed myself to perfecting it. Now I'd get that no problem. It is super, super easy. Another thing really quickly as well is I was looking at reviews of this type of feeder. So not this brand in particular, but this style of feeder. And one of the common criticisms is that they're sort of advertised as no spill, but they do apparently. They result in a lot of spill. I've been looking every night to see if there is any spill down here, and I haven't seen any. So you can see it's pretty far down. There's a protector thing there. It looks like a rake sort of protector. So in terms of spillage, I haven't seen any at all. I mean, they've been using it all day today, and you can there's nothing down there. So there are other options you can get, the ones where the birds stand on like a little lever and it opens up. I've got no experience with those, so I couldn't give you advice as to which one's right for you, but just speaking as a now owner of this system, I haven't seen any spillage. A friend of mine at work has one as well. He said that it took a while, about 6 months, but some of the pigeons figured out how to get in there. He was sort of describing how they did it, and I said, oh, well, have you got it on the ground? And he said, yeah, basically. So I said, well, raise it up. And I'm sure that from the way he was describing they're eating, they wouldn't be able to get it. And he kind of laughed and said, yeah, that would make sense. So I think he was going to do that. He'd just been lazy. So again, in terms of criticisms around this being non-spill versus spill, I haven't seen any spill. So take that for what you want. And just another thing I've noticed as well for the coop, off topic slightly, what I'm planning on doing for this is doing a bit of hardening. I would like to be able to leave the birds in there and not have to, yes, that's my cord, sort of shut that every night. So what I'm thinking about doing, I'm not sure if you can or not, is laying some tiles under this. Those big outdoor pavers that are 4 centimeters thick, about 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters, so 2 would probably cover that, and put a bit of a skirt around the edge, so making that a really heavy floor, and then being able to leave this open so the birds can get kind of in the morning they can be down here at least. And then what I might do is get a small water feeder and put it in there for them. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of at the moment. But again, rabbiting on, but that's the quick 1 week update. Food with 4 chickens, you're good for a fortnight. Water, you're good for a week. Okay, that's it. Any questions, let me know. Cheers all, bye.